It's very dark in here. Let me get some lights on me. Hang on. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are looking forward to a nice weekend wherever you are. Normally I would see you on Mondays, but there's a very special day coming up on Sunday. It is Father's Day, and it's also Men's Health Month. So I wanted to talk just a little bit briefly today about my top 3 tools for the guys out there. And if you're looking for some last minute deals for your guy, there's still some time to jump on and get that to your door for Father's Day. So I'm just going to double check on the other end and make sure I'm coming through. Okay. Maybe. My dog is at the door trying to come in and join me. There I am. Okay. Well, for those of you that are joining me, there is 20% off, I want to mention, site-wide with Life Pro right now. And depending on what you're looking for, usually when the deals are that deep, there is limited inventory. So I do want to stress, make sure that you jump on something if you've been looking at it. 20%, and I believe there's also a free gift. It looks like I'm coming through fine on the other side. I shut down Facebook, and we're going to get. So if you've been looking for something for yourself, if you've been looking for something for dad, just like when I do sessions for general people, dads are very different between each other, so whether you are a dad that works hard all day, whether you're a guy that, sits behind the desk, sometimes too much activity or too little activity can equate to seeing, chronic issues, low back issues, neck tension. If you've been in an injury, if you play sports and, the sport of living is starting to creep back, there's lots of different ways that you can, self-care is maybe not the guyest of terms, but certainly, some recovery, some managing the issues that you may or may not be dealing with. If you're an older guy and you're finding that you just can't return to the sports or some of the activities because of some chronic issues, today's top 3 tools are going to be just as applicable for the athletic guy, to the inactive guy, as well to the guy recovering and perhaps maybe going through something medically. So the first tool I'm going to talk about briefly is a massage gun. Where did I put my massage gun? With guys, as opposed to my ladies, I just wanted to get a little bit closer. When you are selecting a massage gun, and why is a massage gun that's my Dunky Doo dog barking in the background here. A massage gun is a great tool that can be portable. It's like the pocket therapist, if you will. So if you're a busy guy, you're on the go, you're working away from home, sometimes a lot of the tension, the aches and pains, those things that are presenting later on in the day, a massage gun is a great way to address things throughout the day as they come up. Maybe you take it to the gym with you, use it as a little warm up, maybe a little recovery. There's lots of different ways that this can fit into your regime, and you can take it with you. So it's kind of one of those tools where you never have to sacrifice not using it because it doesn't weigh 110 or 115 pounds. With massage guns, if you've watched any of my how-to videos, there's never the same approach to using any piece of equipment, but I do deal with a lot of chronic issues in my groups, and a lot of my guys, it's pain, it's swelling, it's that ache that's been there for 30 or 40 years. And sometimes, if you've tried a massage gun and it wasn't the best experience for you, or you're very sensitive in certain areas, sometimes this isn't the first thing ooh, that doesn't seem like it would be a very pleasant experience. But like any of the tools, especially with the vibration type tools, the plates and the guns, it's how you apply the tool. So with a massage gun, this is the Sonic. And the Sonic, if you're a guy, selecting a tool is also very much about you, the size of your hands, your grip strength. And if you are dealing with grip strength, one of my favorite tips, tip number one when it comes to a massage gun, is if you are dealing with, anything from carpal tunnel to just a loss of strength for whatever reason in your hands, just holding the gun itself while it's running is going to help alleviate and improve grip strength issues. So let's turn this puppy on with a massage gun, just like a vibration plate. I'm all about working in the mid range. It's not a treadmill. You don't start slow. The slow speed of a massage gun is very choppy. It is very poundy feeling, just like a vibration machine. So on the slow speed, hang on. What'd I do? You can probably almost see it moving on camera. You can see the movement of the ball. That's the attachment I have on. But as we turn it up a bit, I'm trying to get into notice how the faster you go, the less you can see the movement of the head. So the faster you go, and I've got this cranked. Right now I've got, this one's on 40 hertz. So this is moving back and forth 40 times a second. For those of you that are frequency junkies out there, always looking for that perfect number, a vibration machine and a gun have two numbers that you need to know about. One is the frequency, faster on a massage gun, and a vibration plate is faster movement, therefore it's smoother. It's less choppy, it's less hammery feeling with something like this. The slow speeds, and I want to show you what this looks like. So the slow speeds, it's kind of thumping you, whacking you a little bit, if you will, right? So if you're dealing with chronic pain, and you haven't really got a lot of tolerance right now, this might hurt or might be sensitive, especially if it's an area that you've had tension in for a long time and it's very sensitive. So bring it up and let the gun do the work. So what does that mean? Instead of you trying to apply physical strength and brute force, use the movement of the gun. One being the frequency. So by going a little faster on your speeds, you're increasing the frequency. But the amplitude is how far the gun is having to move to each time it moves to hit you. So if you're starting at your skin and you're pushing, it kind of hurts and it kind of bounces all over the place, because the goal when you're starting out, in my opinion, isn't to drill it in like a massage therapist. Let the gun do the work and just let it skim the surface. See how my arm's not even moving? So we're reducing the amplitude a little bit by pulling the gun further away from the area that you're trying to target. If you want more intensity, push it in. So the movement is going to be in towards you versus in the air outside of you. So if you've got it, that didn't really sound right. But if you're just allowing it to skim the surface, this is ideal. Especially if you're prone to bruising, there's lots of conditions out there where you may be. And it's also really applicable to apply less force on areas that are less meaty. And so the joints, the elbows, the neck. There's lots of people that ask me whether, can you use a vibration machine on a neck? There's been a few studies out there that really don't make a whole lot of sense to me. I use my massage gun on my neck all the time. But I do, again, I'm not really pushing that hard. I use the speed and the energy of the gun. I don't have the strength to push at this angle like I would if I'm doing my thigh. And many of my clients with frozen shoulders, and all those other things, it's hard sometimes to get it up here, let alone apply a lot of force. But I do love using it on my shoulders. I just kind of let it dance around. I don't, it's very loosey-goosey in my hand. And all the while, just by hanging on to the gun, we're improving grip strength, circulation, all those good things if you're dealing with issues in the hands. The second tip I'll give you about a massage gun is if you're using it regularly, this isn't even a how-to thing. But if you only have one gun and you have several family members, it tends to move around when the thing's out. So, everybody likes to have a bit of a turn. If you're using it regularly, It's a good idea. I got to get into the habit at night of plugging it in so that if you are taking it with you throughout the course of the day, your battery's charged and you're good to go. There's nothing worse than getting to the office. It's got a pretty good life, depending on the gun and the life of use. But I find I got a good 4 to 6 hours on my gun, so you probably don't need to charge it every night. But maybe as a Monday or a Friday, or maybe Monday and Friday, so you're charging up for the week and then you're charging up for any weekend use. There's nothing worse than hauling this thing in the case all the way along with you just to find out that it's kind of low on juice. So that's another really good, simple thing just to sort of keep in mind. And the third tip I'm going to leave you with on your massage guns, because it's a big question, how often, how long, it really depends on the area that you're targeting. I would think to a degree that you would want to, especially if you're just starting out, couple 3 minutes per area, see how you feel, see what the results are. Just like going for a massage or exercise, you do have the ability to overdo it. And if you are dealing, like I said, with conditions where maybe you've got venous insufficiency, or maybe you just bruise easily due to certain things, you want to make sure even though it might feel really good at the time, give each area minimal time, move on to another area, see how it feels. And if you've tolerated it well, you're doing okay after a couple of days, then increase in your duration. And as starting out point, as I recommend, starting with a mid to high speed with less pressure. That's the biggest tip I can give you for your massage guns. The next tool, and I couldn't really decide which one to bring onto camera. I'll leave my favorite top tool until the very end. But my second favorite tool is saunas of any shape, size, or form. A lot of my guys do not have the time, or if you're later on in life and you're dealing with chronic issues, we all know we got to do cardio. We all know we got to de-stress and relax once in a while. So saunas are a really good tool to do that. When you're selecting a sauna, LifePro has ample variety when it comes to saunas out there, and budget variety as well. You don't need to necessarily take out a second mortgage just to buy the darn things. So there's anything from the blanket styles where you crawl into them, they're very much like a sleeping bag, right up to the box saunas, lay down domes that incorporate red lights. Think about it. Saunas are going to be a great way to improve heart health, accelerate weight loss, detoxification. That's the biggest reason I love leaning on my infrared sauna. It is a seasonal thing to a degree, but if you are a regular user now, or if you're using one at a facility perhaps, and you're using it for chronic conditions, seasonal doesn't tend to matter. If it helps with your pain and it's helping you manage and cope with your symptoms better, sometimes it's having a different type of sauna. So I've been enjoying the blanket more so for the last couple of weeks. I've been using it lots for my knees and my hips and my shoulders because I've been back in the garden, and I think I'm 20, moving all these wheelbarrows and things. So just like my guys, if you're getting back into seasonal things, crazy as it sounds, the sauna is a really great way just to soothe the muscles, get rid of the day, boost that detoxification, as I said, and help you recover from whatever you may have done physically during your day. So if it's a seasonal time change for you, like it is for me, you tend to start using different muscle groups in different patterns, and you tend to be lifting heavy things around the yard, and you don't have to suffer, you don't have to ache. So there's lots of these things that you can use to help expedite and recover from your day. So the sauna I would recommend, depending, of course, on your schedule. You certainly can use a sauna daily. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you're a new user, I would recommend graduating into it, with shorter sessions more frequently, or maybe an every other day kind of thing. Just give your body a week or two to get assimilated to it, to any technology. Then you can switch gears and kind of decide, well, maybe I want to go a little warmer, or maybe that's been too warm. You'll kind of figure out where your level of comfort and tolerance is, and depending on the goals. So if the goals are weight loss, yeah, you probably want to, do it more frequently and push yourself to the point of some sweat. But it would be great if you could couple it with other things, your vibration plate, your gym activities, what your walks, whatever it is that you're doing. It's a great way to accelerate the weight loss benefits. For those of us that are plus 40, help regulate the hormones. And for a lot of my guys, it's something they enjoy doing because you don't have to do anything. You just sit there and you chill. So the sauna leads me into my next favorite tool, my top tool for guys, which is my top tool for everything, which of course is the vibration plate. Why, if I was a guy, would I want to use a vibration plate? My wife uses one, but it's not really my wheelhouse. You know, a lot of guys think that. And there's lots of videos on TikTok and YouTube of women putting like belly dancing outfits and so forth on their husband. But I think if you understand what a vibration plate is, and I will say, if I'm talking to someone on the phone trying to explain what the technology is, I'm always very excited if it's some guy that's into cars and motors, because it's a very similar language. We're talking about cycles per second. We're talking about movement of amplitude. We're talking about G forces. So all the plate is, for my guys out there, is it's an environment. It's an environment that makes the activities more effective in less time. So it's not about changing what you like to do. If you're exercising now and you got your own little routine, maybe it's weights, maybe it's going to the gym, you can use the plate in a couple of different ways. You can use it as a warm-up for those activities. You can also use it as a recovery, or you can use it as the activity itself. So it's not about just standing there. You know, if it's a matter of you are doing squats and maybe today you don't have a chance to do squats, well, maybe we do something like this. I've been playing with this one. This, you know, I couldn't decide on my top tools because there was too many. This is the new kettlebell barbell combo. So, you know, I was doing this the other day in my men's health session. So if you're doing squats and for whatever reason life got busy, you know, kids had ball or soccer practice or something today, and you didn't get to you time. Since doing this, you know, earlier this week on the plate, it's my new, I got to do this because I got to get back into short season. So I've been doing squats. I can feel yesterday's. I can feel my quads like you have no idea. I showed off and I did more weight than I should have. But this is a great way to incorporate the same type of movements that a lot of you are doing now, those push-ups, into the plate, not only to reduce the amount of impact and time that you spend doing the exercise, but you're going to get more overall benefits. You're going to boost more lymph, more circulation. You're going to recover faster by doing the exercise in this environment because you're kind of doing the recovery at the same time. So with a vibration plate and my guys out there, it's not this shaky stand here, shake off your fat thing. It's not that at all. It is an environment that sometimes, you know, due to injury, due to over exercise, due to whatever, especially as we get older, sometimes it's just making those positions kinder and more effective with the body that you're working with. And if you're a busy guy, busy gal, I love combining things with the vibration plate. So that was one example. Heck, you know, I've got my red light panel on the wall. You know, you could really make the most of your time. The self-care, whether it's medical care, whatever it is that you're having to do every day or should be doing. You know, if it's a time drain because you got other things you want to do, combine these treatments. Combine your red light with your vibration plate, or use your massage gun at the office and do some exercises when you get home. There's lots of ways you can use LifePro's tools to not only encompass more benefits, but it's not about taking more time out of your day, especially in the summer season when we're out doing other things. So if you are out doing other things and you've overdone it, then I suggest you, of course, use them from a recovery situation. But I think a lot of my guys out there, if you haven't embraced a vibration plate yet and you have one in the building, even just as a warm-up, if you're a golfer, stand on it with your clubs. Go through those movements while you're on the plate. Get those muscles reconditioned or recovered, whatever the goal is. Again, it is 20% off with LifePro site-wide this weekend. I'm not sure if that will continue beyond the weekend, but if you did want to get something for Dad, you probably have time to do so before Sunday. So top 3 tools, Deb's top 3 tools, and they keep kind of changing. If you've watched these sessions, I was watching last year's, and I change my mind from time to time. And a lot of my top 3 tools come from, what I'm getting questions about. there wasn't the number of people using saunas last year, as an example. Every year Joel just keeps coming out with more and more amazing products, and it's sometimes it's hard to decide, this one, that one. But the cool thing about all the variety that he comes out with, between the plates and the guns and the saunas, and that you're all unique, you're all different, you all have different tolerances. So when you're looking at these tools, once you've kind of decided what type of technology you're interested in, think about and visualize how you see yourself using them. If it's something that's just a pain in the butt and work, you're probably not going to do it. So what appeals to you? What do you enjoy doing? Because when you look at tools that are feasible for you and up your alley as far as your preference, more often than not, the consistency of using them regularly is going to come with that too. So it's Friday night. I wish you all a fantabulous weekend. Don't work too hard, and I look forward to seeing the rest of you on Monday again. Same time, same place. I will be here. Let me think. I believe 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'll have to get the notice up here and get my brain wrapped around that. But I will see you on Monday. I wish you all a great weekend. You've got time to shop and compare. Look, if you're an Amazon shopper, check with LifePro directly. If you're a LifePro shopper, and there's something there that's maybe not in stock, always check Amazon. They do retail in both places. I always recommend shopping directly with lifeprofitness.com if you can. You're dealing with them directly. In the event there ever is a return or an upgrade that you may want to do, you're dealing with the company directly, and you don't have to go through Amazon for some of that stuff. So have a great weekend. Have a fantastic Father's Day to all the dads out there, whoever may be dad in your life. And, maybe you're not doing anything this weekend, but thinking about your dad. My dad is up in heaven. I'll be thinking of him fondly. Enjoy time with your family, people that lift your spirit, and have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for joining me today.